On the previous slide, you'll see that there are 6 learning intentions for the session today, all linked to high expectations, but it's quite difficult to take all of that in. So we're just going to try and break that down and use some dual coding to support that learning. So we know from what the research tells us that teachers can affect pupils. And the 3 areas that can be affected are the pupils' well-being. So we want our pupils to be happy as far as they can be and to support their well-being in school through the work that we do with them. And we know that teachers do make a difference to pupils' well-being. We also want to support our pupils in terms of motivation and to help them to feel motivated to achieve success in school. A lot of what we do will be to support that and to help them to know how to get there. So well-being and motivation. Another area that we can impact is pupils' behaviour. So we want them to be behaving so that they achieve success, feel motivated to get there, and that they are happy in school and that their well-being is positive. And as I said before, we want them to achieve success. That may be academic success, but it also may be success in other areas of their life. And we do know that teachers can make a positive difference to all 3 of those things. There will be a big focus on behaviour in the next session, but we're talking about it in this session because it's very closely linked to high expectations. So the important thing to remember, and the learning intentions talk about this as well, is the relationship between the teachers and the pupils. We want to have a positive relationship between teachers and pupils so that we can impact positively on their well-being, their motivation and their behaviour. And the second learning intention also talks about their values and attitudes, clearly all linked with well-being, motivation and behaviour to do well at school. This is all based on developing a culture of trust. So trust is very, very important, linked to high expectations. For some pupils, it might be the only place where they have a positive, trusting relationship, and it's part of teachers' job to ensure that there is a positive culture of trust. So why do we want pupils to have success? Why is that so important? Well, we know from what the research tells us that if pupils do well at school, they have better outcomes. And we know that teachers can positively affect the outcomes of pupils. And what that means for them is that they then have better life chances. So it's not just about working with pupils in the classroom. The knock-on is that their life chances are improved. And the 6th learning intention talks about teachers' improvement and positive effect on pupils' life chances, particularly for pupils from disadvantaged backgrounds. And we have a professional responsibility to try and narrow the gap to really ensure that our pupils from disadvantaged backgrounds, as well as all of our pupils, do have better life chances, to give them the best possible opportunities later in life. So as well as better outcomes that come from success at school, Another why is to do with the behaviour within the classroom. So we want our pupils to be behaving within the classroom. We want our pupils to be having success so that they have better outcomes and better life chances. And the best chance that we have of ensuring that we get good behaviour within the classroom is having a culture of trust based on a good understanding of what to expect. We want our pupils to know what to expect, and we want them to know that those expectations are high. And that is part of the reason why high expectations and setting high expectations is so important, and why it is standard 1.